guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be talking to you guys about my personal journey in the nursing program and what I've experienced. This experience, of course, will be different for everyone. It's just been a whirlwind of emotion, so many ups and downs, and I'm going to tell you guys some tips that helped me as I progressed through the program because it was crazy. In the nursing program of my university, we have 2 years for the bachelor's. We go by semesters, like quarterly semesters. In the beginning, you'll have J1, then J2, which is junior 1, junior 2. Then you'll have S1, S2, and that is the senior 1, senior 2. So right now, I'm about to enter into the last semester, senior 2. I am so close. There is light at the end of the tunnel and I'm so excited. Of course, I need to make a lot more memories because I will never forget all my nursing friends that I've met. So J1, in our school, we have foundation, and then we'll have holistic assessment, and then there's promotions. So to explain my experience, foundations is the basis of everything, and you're with this one clinical group that you will start with from the very beginning, and these group of people I feel like you're the most closest to because you're literally starting this experience and this journey together. But of course you'll make friends in classes. I do have to say a lot of them I am close to. So in J1 you do a lot of things like learning how to put in a Foley tube and G tube, walk a patient with a cane. We also learn how to do wound care, pull out suture staples. It's just basically the skills that nurses need to do or will do for patients. Moving on to assessment, holistic assessment. So of course doing a head to toe, starting with like vital signs, HEENT, LOC, level of consciousness, orientation, what is your name, what's the date of birth, and then we go down to like the heart, then we listen to the lung sounds, the bowels, we do the musculoskeletal, so we do like range of motion, then we do skin, looking for any swelling, any edema, redness, any pain. In the assessment lab, everyone is partnered up. We act as if we are the patients and then the partner will be the nurse, and then we vice versa. For promotions, now everyone says it's an easy class. It is in the beginning, but towards the end, in the final, she always tells us don't underestimate the final because it's actually harder. And of course I underestimated it. I still managed to get a high B. It can be very boring, but also very weird. For tests, it kind of depends on who you are. I know for me in assessment, it was all the PowerPoints because she was just reading off the PowerPoint. So I was like, okay, let me just focus on the PowerPoint. So I would print out the PowerPoints, go along with her and like write down everything that she would say. For foundations, I would go based off the notes that she had, but I don't know if it's different this time around. I just know that that's what I did that semester. Back then, we used to have a HESI, Health Education Systems Inc. So HESI is like a knowledge assessment to kind of see where you stand on and how much you learned in school. So instead of HESI, they now take ATIT, Test of Essential Academic Skills, and that's what all the other schools have been doing. Moving on, so J2, you have Med-Surg, and then of course you'll have Med-Surg Clinical, then you'll have Psych or Mental Health, and then you'll have Mental Health Clinical, and then you'll have Geriatrics and Research. Geriatrics is actually really easy. There is a kind of like a paper towards the end where you have to interview a geriatric patient and then ask them about their life. Research is easy. We were able to use a note card for our exams. It really helped a lot because I put all the definitions that don't make any sense to me in research. They also have a paper towards the end. You have to find like a specific like article. But psych clinical, I made so many memories, especially when patients are in their like session, their group session. They only allow a certain amount of students to go in and watch. So me and a couple other members decided, let's just color. There was like these coloring books. It was on March the 2nd, 2017. This is what it is. Look how freaking pretty this is. Psych class, you'll learn how to speak therapeutic communication. You can also use that for all the other patients because you can kind of bond with them, get to know them a lot more. It's not just for psych. Like, everyone is all scared in psych, but I think of it as so fascinating to learn. And then for test wise, I think it depends on who you are. If you're really into it as I am, I was like, I want to learn more, and so it was easy for me to grasp onto the knowledge. Questions wise, it's super easy because most of the time it's therapeutic communication and what you would do and how would you say it. The only hard part for me was the different medications, but I think what's great is that the student success teachers give you some tips on how to memorize the different family of medications and what they're for. We're gonna move on to med-surg. The class, of course, it's like all the different body systems but more in depth than it was in foundations, and go through all the other conditions that can arise. What she has is these printed out notes, and I would just print them out, highlight, write down every bits of information. Everything that she says are not going to be in the notes and will be on the test. And of course, check with your friends to see if you missed anything. If you don't understand an information, create concept maps, because concept maps will help you. So these are the notes that I have. As you can see, I like write all the things down. Like, for example, this is what I did for heart failure. Clinical was great, so I mean there's nothing much about that clinical. Moving on to S1, so that was last spring. We took critical care, OB, and peds. For OB and peds, they're both half a semester. For OB clinical, I was able to watch a vaginal birth when this woman came in for triage. I saw them break open the amniotic sac so that the water can come out. I was surprised there's not a lot of blood. It was just clear. But before that, I watched a C-section. That one was actually really interesting. It was so much more painful because, of course, the mom can't feel it. There's two doctors on both sides. So once they open it up, they put their hand in and then they yank it open. They were like doing like a seesaw motion, and then they had to like burn through all the layers to get the baby. They like stick their hand in, grab the baby, give it to the baby catcher. The baby catcher quickly runs and kind of get the vital signs, do an APGAR score. I also watched them tie her tubes. That was in the labor and delivery. The first clinical for OB was antepartum. My friend told me that the patient I took care of remembers me for the care that I gave. She was like asking about me, and I was like, oh, she remembers me and she remembers what I did because I was talking to her about nursing school. I also love postpartum. I was with the nurse that watches all the babies, and taking their vital signs are so freaking cute. Then pediatrics, I was in Children's Dallas and I was on the surgery floor. I had the same nurse multiple times. She let me do a lot of things, which was great for the limited things that we can do. Critical care was amazing. Throughout that clinical, I've been on tele many times. This is just like med-surg. I feel like it's calling my name. 2 times I took med-surg and critical care. I've been on the telemetry or any cardiac floor a lot more than all the other floors. In critical care, the hospital I was at, I had the best experience at that cardiac step down floor. I really learned a lot. It made me fell in love with the type of cardiac patients that we have. So I decided that I'm gonna become a telemetry or cardiac care nurse. But also I really like the neuro ICU floor because I saw so many things. We saw an EVD where basically they drill a hole and they put this tube in and it will drain out all the cerebrospinal fluid. A tip for critical care, Hughes Clues, you need to go there. Miss Hughes will go over everything for the test that you guys need to know and print out all the worksheets and then listen along with her PowerPoint and her videos as she goes through everything that you need to know. Do Hughes Clues before lecture so that it'll be easier for you to understand, because in the beginning it was just so much information that I didn't understand what she was talking about. But when I did Hughes Clues first, it's a simplified version, and then it will go more in depth in the lecture. In critical care, you have a blank sheet of paper, the cheat sheet, and you can write anything you want, and that will help you in the test. The week before the test, she has a class for Jeopardy questions, and I suggest you go there because when you go there, you have to sign yourself in, and she will send you all the Jeopardy questions and answers. And let me tell you, it won't be all of the Jeopardy questions, but majority of it will be on your test. So I suggest put Jeopardy questions and answers on there. And if you want, put some Hughes Clues because that's what helped me. So moving on to S2. S2, I know we take trends, which is all about the nursing trends and the upcoming issues with nursing, and that class is freaking easy. Like, that's the most easiest class I've ever taken. The test is easy. She goes over the review, and the review is literally word for word for the test. And then in the fall, where S2 will really be starting, we have community, and then we have community clinical, and then we have leadership and management, and then the capstone. I really hope they put me the heart hospital at Baylor Plano because I want to work there. For a capstone, I put cardiac ICU, then telemetry, and then PACU or PCU. Some nursing tips that I have for you. For clinical rotations, don't be intimidated by the nurses because no matter what nurse you get, you are there to learn and you are there to gain experience. So I suggest just go in there with confidence, be respectful, ask questions, and ask to help with whatever procedures that they have. Make friends in nursing school because when you make friends in nursing school, you guys will rely on each other and you guys will help each other make it through the program. They will understand your fears, they will understand the workload, the difficulty, the emotional roller coaster of clinicals. When you're having trouble, just talk to them because they will know what it's like to go through these things. Also, if you're into study groups, you can study with those group of people. I'm sure there are times where you just want to quit. You're sacrificing so much of your life. You don't have time for any socializing, any family and friends. You're so focused on nursing school. Miss out on life. Well, let me tell you, it is okay to cry. I suggest to embrace the meltdown, cry, lean on a friend, then brush it off, and then pick yourself back up and push ahead. Throughout the program, you'll see the love and the passion nurses have for their profession and the rewards of caring for others and making a difference in the patient's life. Overall, this is going to change who you are, and it's going to be one of the most challenging yet exhilarating times of your life. At the end of it all, we all hope to add RN BSN to our name and become official nurses. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys liked this video. Give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more. I will see you guys soon. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.